You can have the best technical analysis in the world, perfect support and resistance, clean entries, textbook risk to reward, and still blow up your account. Not because the analysis was wrong, because of what you did 3 hours before you even opened the chart. The late night, the skipped gym session, the argument you did not resolve, the day you let slip through your hands without any structure at all. That undisciplined version of you does not disappear when you sit down to trade. It sits down with you, and it does not care how good your analysis is. Here is something almost nobody tells new traders. The chart is not where your trading actually happens. It is just where the results show up. The real trading happens earlier, in how you live the hours before you ever open that platform. A trader who sleeps 4 hours, skips every routine, and shows up to the desk scattered and undisciplined is not the same trader as one who showed up rested, structured, and clear. Same strategy, same setup, same chart, completely different outcome. Because the chart does not test your technical knowledge nearly as much as it tests whoever you have built yourself into by the time you sit down in front of it. I noticed this in myself before I could explain it. The days I overtraded, the days I revenge traded, the days I broke every rule I had written for myself. They were never random. They were always connected to something outside the chart. A day where I had no structure, where discipline had already broken somewhere else long before the market opened, where I had already given myself permission to be undisciplined in one part of my life. And that permission did not stay contained. It followed me to the desk. The chart just gave it somewhere to go. Discipline is not something you switch on for trading and off for everything else. It is a single resource, one reservoir. Every undisciplined choice across your day draws from the exact same reservoir your trading discipline depends on. Psychologists call this ego depletion. The idea that self-control is a finite resource that gets used up through the day, not an unlimited switch you can flip whenever it is convenient. So when you skip the gym, eat badly, argue without resolution, scroll for hours, stay up too late, you are not just living an undisciplined day. You are quietly draining the exact resource you will need in a few hours to follow your own trading rules. By the time you sit down at the chart, the reservoir is already low, and the first moment of temptation, the move you should not chase, the loss you should not revenge trade, finds almost nothing left to resist it. This is why so many traders chase more technical knowledge when their results do not improve. Another course, another indicator, another strategy refinement, as if the problem is precision, as if a slightly better entry signal will fix what is actually happening. But technical analysis was never the bottleneck for most struggling traders. Behavior was, and no amount of additional chart knowledge repairs a trader who shows up depleted, undisciplined, and reactive every single session. You can give a perfect strategy to someone with no behavioral foundation and watch them destroy it within a week, and you can give an average strategy to someone with real discipline outside the chart and watch them quietly outperform almost everyone chasing the perfect setup. Good behavior outside the chart is not about becoming a different person. It is about protecting the one resource your trading depends on completely. Sleep protects your judgment. Movement and structure protect your emotional regulation. Finishing what you start protects your ability to follow through on a plan instead of abandoning it at the first sign of discomfort. None of those things are trading skills, but every one of them is a trading requirement. The market does not care that you stayed up too late. It does not adjust the difficulty because your day was chaotic. It simply reveals, with total honesty, exactly how much discipline you actually had left when the moment of pressure arrived. So if your trading feels inconsistent, the first place to look is not your strategy. It is your day. What does the 6 hours before you trade actually look like? Are you protecting your discipline or quietly spending it somewhere else first? The traders who find consistency are rarely the ones with the most advanced technical knowledge. They are the ones who built a life structured enough that discipline is still available when the market tests it. That is not a side project to your trading. That is your trading, just happening before the chart ever opens. You do not need a better strategy. You need to stop arriving at the chart already depleted. Protect your sleep. Protect your routine. Protect the small disciplines nobody sees during the day. Because the version of you that shows up to trade is not separate from the version of you living the rest of your life. It is the same person, carrying whatever you gave it or whatever you took from it in the hours before. Good behavior does not guarantee good trades, but bad behavior guarantees the discipline will not be there when you need it most. That is why good behavior beats technical analysis. Not because the charts do not matter, because you have to actually be there, disciplined, regulated, present, to use what the charts are showing you.